Born and bred in Marine States just outside of Jeffreys Bay in the Eastern Cape, 35-year-old Vicki Fourie stood out among many short filmmakers in the Not What Society Expects NFVF competition. This competition only allowed persons with disabilities to enter their concept ideas for short films and documentaries. Fourie won a prestigious grant award of $250,000 in this competition with a one-year contract to produce her first ever short film called ThisAbility.
So I'm very excited. This is my first film that I'm making, and it's going to be about deafness. I also wear cochlear implants, and I believe it's important to represent disabilities on the screen as well. So this is going to be my first short film, and the NFVF from the government is actually sponsoring this. They're giving me a grant to make this film, so I'm so excited.
Fourie suffered a hearing loss disability. She shares that losing hearing made her curious and gave her a passion to uplift disabled individuals. She further says that after studying drama after high school, she fought to break through the frustration of being offered fewer acting auditions due to her hearing loss disability.
Yes, so when I was 6 months old, I was still a very small baby, and I had a really bad fever. And we think that's probably what caused my hearing loss, because at the age of 2, I wasn't speaking yet. So they did hearing test and they found out that I have 97% hearing loss. So that's like completely, profoundly deaf. And so I got hearing aids in both ears, and it brought my hearing up to 40%. And it was a miracle. But I still had to learn how to lip read and how to speak with my voice. I went to a hearing school, my family is hearing, so I grew up in the hearing world. And then at the age of 23, I had my first cochlear implant. And then 2 years later, I did the other ear. So when I started, when I finished high school, I wanted to become an actress. I did drama in high school, I loved it, I went overseas for competitions. And so I wanted to become an actress. And then I started auditioning. And people were typecasting me as someone who spoke sign language. And I don't speak sign language. So for me that was a very big frustration, and so eventually I gave up because I was being offered roles but I had to use sign language, but I speak with my voice. And so that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to create movies, I'm going to create jobs for myself as an actress and as a writer. And also where I can actually speak with my voice, because I feel like my voice is so powerful. And so for me not to use it is like a step back.
Fourie studied at AFDA in Kouga and obtained honors in Bachelor of Arts in Motion Picture Medium with distinctions. She also studied scriptwriting at the institution. She says this is the most exciting achievement in her life, and she wants to make a positive impact in the entire Eastern Cape.
So this is going to be the first of many for Jeffreys Bay. I've got so many ideas, so many concepts and stories that I want to create, and it's going to come out of Jeffreys Bay, out of the Eastern Cape. I feel like we've got so many stories to share, but it's like everything happens in Cape Town or in Johannesburg, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening here. The film is called Disability, and it's a play on the word disability. It's not a disability, it's disability. Yes. And it's going to be about the taxi industry. It's a billion-rand industry in South Africa. Like there's a lot of money in it, and a lot of people are fighting for tenders from the government. And so this is going to be about the crime world of the taxi business, and then it's going to be about a deaf girl who gets caught up in this world. And she has to actually overcome her disability to get out of this situation.
Fourie spends most of her time with her 59-year-old mother, Bonita Fourie. Bonita says her daughter grew up bubbly, and from a young age, she could see her creativity.
Since she was 2 years old, she was this lively, attentive little girl. She would take notice of everything around her, and even when she started going to school, she would rearrange the class. The teacher would go out for bathroom break, and when she comes back, Vicki rearranged the whole class. Well, in my heart, it was a big yes. This is what she was born for. This is her calling and this is her destiny. So I'm so excited watching her stepping into it. And I'm happy to be part of her life in celebrating it with.
Kouga Executive Mayor Horton Bonman sees Vicki's achievement as an inspiration to the Jeffreys Bay community and the entire province.
It's such a great honor to congratulate Vicki Fourie on receiving this grant from the National Film and Video Foundation. It really is amazing to see how people rise above their circumstances, and Vicki is no exception. And I especially appreciate her heart in plowing back into our community and telling the stories of people whose stories otherwise won't be heard. And so we're extremely proud of Vicki and the work that she's doing, and the fact that she's from Kouga makes it even more special.
Fourie is focused on entering more competitions as she dreams of producing more films about Jeffreys Bay and the Eastern Cape. According to Fourie's contract, the deadline for the film is March 2026, yet she hopes to air her 10-minute short film ThisAbility in 2 months from now. ThisAbility will be made available on all online platforms. Reporting for MPK TV News, I am Jessica Bobo in Jeffreys Bay.